we can walk, now we can run, now we can stay all day in the sun. Just you and me, and I can be part of your world.
And then I said, oatmeal, are you crazy?
Shouldn't we get going? We don't want to be late.
Sweetie, are you almost ready?
Just give me a minute. Miracles take time without a fairy godmother.
Well, hurry up. Our ride's almost here. Puzzle, you did get that Elmo, right? Puzzle?
Okay, I'm ready. Where's our ride?
Someone here forgot to call our limo. Again.
I brought this apple. Will that help? Maybe we could turn it into a carriage?
Maybe we should turn you into a carriage.
Good thing I know a spell that can do that.
Huh. Hold on, guys. I thought that was just for vegetables.
Bippity, boppity, boo. Oh, hey. Would you look at that? We're here. Let's go look at the shiny thing, sweetie.
What? Am I a carriage yet?
This ball really reminds me of that one Disney princess movie with the dancing.
Isn't that pretty much every Disney princess movie?
Yes, but this one had mice.
You mean the Three Musketeers with Mickey, Donald, and Goofy?
I think she means Cinderella.
That's the one.
Oh, that's a great movie. La da 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 dee 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 doo.
No matter how your heart is grieving,
If you keep on believing.
the dream that you wish will come true.
Well, now that karaoke's out of the way, shall we go forth and review this marvelous movie?
Agreed.
Great, now who wants to do the synopsis? Not it.
Not it.
Oh, come on.
Please?
But, oh, not the eyes and the... Oh, fine. The movie begins with the typical storybook opening, after which we follow Cinderella around as she does her chores, meeting Gus along the way. Next we go to the king of the land, who is suffering from empty nest syndrome, and decides to hold a ball to force his son to choose a wife. Back at Cinderella's house, they receive an invitation that invites all eligible women to the ball. In an effort to stonewall Cinderella from attending the ball, the stepmother and stepsisters double her workload. The mice chip in and finish her dress, but it is soon destroyed by the jealous stepsisters. In the depths of despair, Cinderella runs into the garden, and is soon greeted by her fairy godmother, who sets her up with a hot dress and a sweet ride, which expires at midnight. At the ball, the prince and Cinderella meet and fall in love. The clock reaches midnight, and Cinderella dashes out of the ball, leaving behind a glass slipper. The king sends the duke to find her for the prince, with the only clue being her shoe size. When Cinderella's family finds out, the stepmother locks her away. Jack and Gus thwart this plan by bringing the key to unlock the door. In a last-ditch effort, the stepmother breaks a glass slipper to prevent the Duke from confirming who Cinderella is. But she has the other. The prince and Cinderella get married and live happily ever after.
Good job, Puzzle. Now who here wants to talk about Cinderella?
Ooh, me. So Cinderella is the second of the Disney princesses, and she's much stronger than her predecessor. She works like a slave on her own property, but she keeps her optimism and kindness through it all. She makes friends with the woodland critters, as most princesses do, and she works to keep her family happy. But while everyone says that she was too meek, I point to them the scene where the invitation for the ball arrives, and while her stepsisters are making fun of her for wanting to go to the ball, she outright tells them that she has just as much of a right to go to the ball as they do. Another great moment in this film happened to be Walt Disney's favorite bit of animation, the transformation of Cinderella from rags to her silver dress. Silver, guys, not blue. It looked blue in some of the scenes at night, and has been blue in almost every Disney princess marketing, but the dress was silver.
Transition! Time to talk about the prince.
Who?
Actually, he doesn't have a name.
Oh, yes he does. His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert, Windermere Vladimir, Carl Alexander, Francois Reginald, Lancelot Herman, Gregory J.
We'll just call him Prince Charming for short. But moving on. So Prince Charming, though he doesn't have a major role in this movie, is still an interesting character. His dad is wanting him to get married and decides to throw a big ball inviting all the women to the kingdom. Now, if you notice, when the prince is meeting all the women, he doesn't seem interested at all. He actually yawns. You can only imagine what he's thinking. He didn't even get a chance to say if he wanted this ball to happen or not. But when he sees a girl he finally has the hots for, he leaves all the other girls aside and goes to dance with dear old Cinderella, which he doesn't know the name to yet. Right. But anyways, after the girl he's now in love with runs away while leaving only a shoe behind, what does he do? He decides to say, of all things, I will marry none but the girl who fits the slipper. Yeah, because I'm sure there's only one girl in all the kingdom who will fit that one little shoe. I would assume he would also say what the girl looks like, since it seems like he wants to get married to the girl he specifically danced with. Wait, what is your name? How will I find you?
To be fair, I think the prince mostly said that as a turn of phrase, and it was his father who held him to his word, saying that even if the shoe fit any number of girls, that was the prince's problem. Another thing about Princey here, well, he has no character. But that's kind of a good thing in a way. He's a blank slate, so us girls can assign any traits that we want to the guy to make him our own personal dreamboat. But to be fair, he was more interested in making out with Cinderella than learning her name, so...
Well, with that being said, who else is there to talk about here? I know there's some mice, the godmother, but...
Ooh, the king! And the duke!
Puzzle, would you like to maybe perhaps talk about them? Eh?
Yes! The king and the duke are the ones who orchestrate the events in the story. I love the dynamic these two share. The king is so desperate for grandchildren, he's willing to use all of his resources, including the Grand Duke, to find a wife for his son, despite the prince's wishes. The duke plays the role of the advisor. The king respects him enough to hear him out before killing him. Most of the time.
Shall we move on to the side characters, like the fairy godmother?
The fairy godmother is not a side character. The fairy godmother is one of my favorite characters. She is a symbol of hope. She appears when Cinderella is at her lowest moment and when she needs it the most. I like her positive and absent-minded nature.
Not to mention, she does let Cinderella have her moment of happiness, but she does have to have her limitations on how she can help Cinderella. She even feels a little distraught, telling her that yes, this does have to end at midnight, but she still wants her to have this moment no matter what may happen after. It's good to have this kind of wisdom and lessons in these kind of movies, because yes, when things are bad, good things do come eventually, though some things won't always last forever.
Let's talk about mice. It's interesting that in Cinderella there seems to be a subplot involving the animals, the most notable of which being Gus and Jacques.
You mean it wasn't about the animals?
No. The animals had three main storylines mostly separate from Cinderella, two of which were central to the plot. Gus and Jacques are great friends and want to do anything they can to help their Cinderella. I think there's a song to that effect.
Alright, so we got Cinderella, the prince, king, mice, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, we haven't gotten to the villain yet.
Oh yes, Lucifer is a truly awesome villain. He's cunning, diabolical, controlling, everything a good villain should be. He's there at every turn trying to stop our heroes. When the mice are trying to finish the dress, Lucifer tries to prevent them from collecting materials. He hinders Cinderella's work. He tries to eat the mice before the fairy godmother can turn them into horses. He even tries to keep the key away from Cinderella when she's trying to escape. Lucifer is truly a villain among villains.
Puzzle, we were actually talking about the villains, you know, the stepmother and sisters and things.
What? But Lucifer's the one who got the villain death.
While Lucifer did get the death by heights, the evil stepmother was voiced by Maleficent, so I think that trumps all things.
See? Wait, what? Well, no, that's not what I meant, but moving on. So we have the stepmother who's now Cinderella's guardian, so to speak, but instead of being a loving and caring type of mother to Cinderella, she turns into a slave quickly after her father dies and uses the fortunes to spend on her two actual daughters. Now the stepdaughters are just as cruel as their mother, except with more whining and complaining that they want more things. The three of them constantly abuse Cinderella and do what they can to make her feel like she will always be their slave and that she can do nothing else unless they say so. Not to mention this scary scene.
And I never go back on my word. How very clever. These beads, they give it just the right touch. Don't you think so, Drizella?
No, I don't. I think she's... Ah, why, you little thief! They're my beads! Give them here! Oh, no! Oh, and look, that's my sash wearing my sash. She can't! You wicked little... Oh, stop, please, stop! And my ring!
girls, girls. That's quite enough. Hurry along now, both of you. I won't have you upsetting yourselves. Good night.
They are seriously tearing up her dress, clawing at her and yelling at her, and the mother is just standing by letting it happen until it's time to go to the ball. And she acts like nothing happened. If that scene isn't scary or evil enough, I don't know what else is. You first have this stepmother say, if you get your chores done and find something to wear, then yeah, you can come. And then, moments later, Cinderella is about to have her little moment of happiness, and they literally tear it from her. Even at the end, the stepmother locks Cinderella in her room because she doesn't want to have Cinderella marry the prince when she finds out it was her who danced with him. And then Cinderella gets out and she's about to have her slipper, and the woman trips and the Duke and breaks the slipper. She is just the worst. What? Was it something I said?
Nah, you're fine.
Oh, okay. Let's get on to the music then.
Sure. Excuse the soul of the savage beast.
What?
Nothing.
A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes is one of my favorite songs in this movie. I love the message this song gives.
It's the perfect way to open the movie. Like When You Wish Upon a Star, it sort of sums up not only the movie and Cinderella's outlook on life, but it also sums up the general Disney ideal. They're all about wishes and dreams.
The best part is that it was a recurring theme throughout the movie, and it gives a different feel each time it is used. The beginning is happy, the middle is tragic, and at the ending it's happy again.
In the song Sing Sweet Nightingale, Cinderella was the first character to ever sing harmony with herself.
Wow, what a woman! Most girls can't do that.
Hey, I can. The song was used as a way of telling us one important fact. Cinderella can sing. She can't be a Disney princess if she can't sing.
The working song is cute and catchy.
Bippity Boppity Boo is also cute and catchy.
And then there's the love song. What was it, 10 minutes ago?
No! It's So This Is Love. This song is not only describing their feelings for one another, but there's also a bit where Cinderella talks about this is the miracle that she's always been dreaming of. Whether that be falling in love, getting to have a little bit of happiness, or whatever. It's a lovely song, and though it would have been nice to also have it just being a waltzy song, it's a good song all around.
Oh shoot, guys, it's 11:59. We gotta wrap this up.
What about the romance?
What's there to talk about? The two don't really connect, and all they really do is dance and then poof! But I do admit, they are a cute pair. But moving on. The movie is still great, and Cinderella is one of those movies that can give people hope when they are in tough times. Any last thoughts for you two?
This movie is one of my favorites. I definitely recommend it to anyone.
It's definitely one of the best Disney classics. It's just not Disney without Cinderella.
Oh, and there's one more thing I want to add.
Yes?
It's midnight! Run for your lives!
Dang it!